Welcome to Craft and Decor channel. Hi everyone. I'm so glad you're here. In this video we will explore profitable handmade decorative items for home decor. Handmade decorative items can be profitable when they combine clear design value, consistent quality, and a repeatable way to find buyers. Home decor is a broad market, but the customers who spend there often look for objects that feel personal, visually cohesive, and easy to place in everyday spaces. If you create pieces that solve a specific decorating moment, adding warmth to a blank wall, softening harsh lighting, organizing small clutter, or creating an accent color, people are more likely to pay premium prices and recommend your work. One major advantage of handmade decor is that it can be branded around a look. Even simple objects can feel high-end when the color palette, materials, and finishing are intentional. For example, a set of 4 matching coasters made from natural textures can be sold as a cohesive table styling solution rather than as 4 separate items. Profit often comes from how you package and describe the product. When you show how it fits into a home, you make the purchase feel safer. Many buyers do not want to gamble on decor that may not match their existing style, so you can help them by offering style families, such as modern minimal, warm farmhouse, coastal, glam, or earthy boho. You don't need to change your whole product line every time, you can keep the same technique and vary colors and sizes. Wall decor is frequently profitable because there is strong demand and because items can be produced in batches. Large art pieces, small wall signs, and framed textile works sell well when they are visually striking from a distance. Techniques like layered paper cutouts, fabric wall hangings, stitched embroidery, macrame patterns, and wood or metal silhouette art all allow you to create recognizable designs. To improve margins, focus on designs that use durable materials and do not require expensive components for every unit. For instance, you can create layered frames and attach interchangeable inserts, so the base structure repeats while the insert changes. That reduces setup time while still giving customers variety. Another reliable category is tabletop decor. Small lampshades, candle holders, tray organizers, decorative bowls, and centerpiece jars can be priced higher when they look carefully finished. Many shoppers buy for ongoing living spaces, not just special occasions, so everyday elegance matters. Handcrafted resin trays, wood serving pieces, painted ceramic planters, and hand-bound catch-all trays are examples that can be sold as daily use decor. Customers often appreciate pieces that look good from multiple angles, so finishing the sides and edges is not optional if you want higher pricing. Clean edges, consistent sanding, and careful coating can turn a craft project into something that looks store-bought. Textile items are also profitable because the perceived value can be high when the material and workmanship are excellent. Handmade throw pillow covers, reversible cushion covers, fabric wall panels, and stitched table runners can sell well because textiles create immediate atmosphere. Consider producing covers that fit common pillow sizes so buyers can use them immediately. If you include insert recommendations or offer bundles, you can streamline the purchase decision. The key is to select fabrics that are durable and color-fast, and to use well-aligned stitching. Pricing becomes easier when you can show why the item lasts, how it holds shape, and how it is made. Home fragrance and functional decor can blend nicely without relying on religious themes. Decorative soy wax candles, wax melts, and scent sachets can sell when the scent is pleasant and the presentation looks premium. Instead of making dozens of random scents, build a small fragrance lineup that matches your visual brand: warm vanilla and amber tones, fresh linen and citrus, or soft woodsy notes. Your candle containers and labels can be part of the design story. If you use attractive vessels like apothecary jars, ceramic holders, or reusable tins, customers feel they are paying for both beauty and use. You can also add subtle decorative elements like dried botanicals, but keep the placement tasteful and avoid anything that could affect safety. Clean wicks, consistent burn behavior, and careful curing are essential for repeat customers. Customizable items tend to generate more profit because they reduce price comparison. Buyers pay more for personalization, even if the personalization is simple. You can offer color choices, monogram initials, nameplates, or bespoke combinations of a few elements. Personalization works particularly well for door decor, mailbox ornaments, key hooks, entryway signs, and name plaque wall hangings. Make your customization process straightforward. Provide a limited set of fonts and color schemes rather than endless options. That keeps production time under control and prevents errors. The more you standardize the production while still offering personalization, the better your margins will be. Organizational decor is a strong niche because it combines beauty with practical usefulness. Handcrafted organizers like wall-mounted key holders, cable covers, small shelf units, and drawer dividers can stand out if they are designed with clean lines. People often struggle with clutter near entryways and desks, so decor that solves a problem sells well. You can also make decorative storage boxes that open smoothly and close securely. When the item looks good, customers are more willing to display it rather than hide it. Profit rises when you target households that want both aesthetics and order. Lighting adjacent decor can be profitable too. Handcrafted lampshades, decorative lanterns, and ambient night lights can sell when the electrical or safety aspects are handled carefully. If you create paper or fabric shades, focus on robust structures that distribute light evenly. Buyers like warm, cozy illumination that improves the mood of living rooms and bedrooms. You can also offer decorative string light holders or wall-mounted light panels. Even without complex electronics, you can sell lantern-like covers and holders that work with existing bulbs or light strands. You can differentiate by using patterns that create pleasing shadows on walls. Seasonal-looking decor that is not tied to religious ideas or specific holidays can still be profitable. Instead, use themes like warm neutrals, garden textures, ocean colors, geometric patterns, or clean modern styling that fits year-round. Many customers like decor that works in every month, so you can avoid the steep demand spikes and inventory risk. Even when you release new colorways, keep them under a consistent brand concept. For example, you might run a rotating Color of the Month series for wall art and planters without naming any particular event. That keeps your marketing flexible and helps you maintain steady sales. Marketing handmade decor is where many makers lose profitability, but it is also where you can gain advantage quickly. High-quality photos matter more than people expect. Natural light, clean backgrounds, and close-up shots of texture and craftsmanship can dramatically improve conversions. If possible, show items in context: a small wall hanging on an actual wall, a coaster set on a styled table, a tray on a dresser with a candle and small plant. Customers buy the feeling of ownership, not just raw materials. You should also write product descriptions that focus on what buyers care about: size, materials, care instructions, and how the item will look in different rooms. Packaging can add value and protect your profit. Handmade items often need safer shipping than customers expect, so investing in sturdy boxes and protective wrapping reduces damage claims and saves you money. Presentation matters too. Branded tissue paper, a simple thank you note, and a care card can make the buyer feel like the purchase is special. If you offer a bundle, design the packaging to look intentional as a set. Many shoppers are willing to pay extra for an item that arrives well and seems thoughtfully curated. Pricing handmade decor profitably requires understanding your true costs. Calculate material cost, time cost, packaging cost, and overhead like tools and supplies. Then add a markup that reflects your brand value and your desired hourly wage. Many makers underprice because they focus only on materials. A better approach is to decide the target hourly rate you want, then reverse engineer what the item must sell for based on your production time. If your items take longer to make than you expected, adjust by improving workflow, using templates, or simplifying assembly without reducing visual quality. Profit improves when you shorten production time while keeping the final look consistent. To scale successfully, create a production system rather than relying on improvisation. Develop repeatable steps, cutting templates, mixing paint ratios, curing times, assembly checklists, and quality control standards. Quality control is critical because the handmade market can be unforgiving. One crooked frame or uneven finish can lead to returns or negative reviews. You can also reduce workload by keeping your product line focused. A small set of bestsellers with consistent variations usually outperforms a large catalog of one-off experiments. Finally, build repeat customers by offering refills and compliments. If someone buys wall decor, you can suggest matching coasters, a small shelf organizer, or a coordinating candle holder. If you create planters, you can offer trays, plant picks, and seasonal color inserts that remain relevant year-round. Repeat purchasing turns your marketing costs into long-term profit. When customers feel your items fit their home aesthetic and your communication is reliable, they come back for the next piece. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more delightful content. Until next time, stay safe.